Remembering, 560 for Pocahontas, Countess Dancer 570, Avonells 420, and they are all in for the first. Let's take you to Brian Blackmore for race 1 at Mildura.
Thanks, Hilton. Now here's Pocahontas coming in. It's set. $4 now for the favourite, which is Avonells. This is massive representation from South Australia here today. For those people who are not geographically inclined, Adelaide is closer to Mildura than Melbourne is. Hence you get the bulk of your runners from South Australia up here. Now Avonells in. Last one coming up here, Burrendar Plume. And we'll be set for a start once Burrendar Plume goes in. They're all set. Ready for the first on Cup Day. Set to go. Starter on the platform. Zamir the inside runner. Or Zimar. Ready. Now Carly's Way just a little bit fractious. Now they settle their racing now, and they've gone away in a fair line. First to show out the Badreen. Carly's Way has gone away smartly. And Shades of Cascade working up with Pocahontas on the inside, Zimar. As they settle, there's one whipping around the outside of the field to go up and join the leaders. Behind them, Avonells. Well back then, Golden Ocean. In front of it is Burrendar Plume, Zimar. And last of all, Yelter Lad at the 700-metre mark. And here we find the leader is Shades of Cascade from Pocahontas. 2 to keep remembering. 2.5 to Avonells. 4th behind it, the Barine on the outside. Countess Dancer in the centre, Carly's Way. 3 for the back, Zimar, Burrendar Plume. With them comes Golden Ocean. Yelter Lad is back last of all as they swing before the turn. And the Minister in the centre, 400 metres out. Shades of Cascade in front of Pocahontas. Keep remembering. Avonells pulls out 4 deep behind those runners, the Barine. And further back then comes Burrendar Plume and Countess Dancer. 200 metres out, Pocahontas takes the lead. Avonells on the outside, the immediate danger. Shades of Cascade battling away with Countess Dancer in the centre. And over on the inside, keep remembering, Pocahontas in front. Avonells on the outside, won't go straight for the boy. Burrendar Plume running on, but Pocahontas in front, and Pocahontas wins a length and a half to Avonells. Burrendar Plume 3rd. 4th, Countess Dancer. Then keep remembering, behind it, Minister. And then came Zimar, followed in by, at the head of the others, would have been Golden Ocean, Yelter Lad, then Shades of Cascade, the Barine, and Carly's Way last over the line. Pocahontas getting home here. Number 6, Pocahontas, ridden by Richard Jolly. So strike 1 to the South Australians. By Caravella from Honty, raced by C.J. Campbell, M. Vallalonga. Trained by David Jolly at Morfordville, Richard Jolly taking the winning ride. Number 6, Pocahontas first. Second placing will go to Avonells, which is number 8. And the rider there, Kieran McAvoy. The horse by Tyrrell from Haley's Hope, trained by Russell Cameron. And Burrendar Plume's got home strongly here, should get 3rd. Number 3 by Military Plume out of Marneat, trained by Mark McCormick at Swan Hill and Cane Post, the rider. Numbers in the first should be 6, 8 and 3. That is not official as yet, but that's the way they should be. And the dividends are up as we speak. And the winner on Super Tab, $4.60 and $1.80. $1.60 second and $3.10 third. $4.60, $1.80, $1.60 and $3.10. So that's trimmed up on Super Tab late in betting. Quinella pays $10, 10 even, and the trifecta $161, $161. And it'll be interesting to see whether that horse has been backed late. It has been. Right, we'll tell you after correct weight. So they're the things that we can't tell you from here at Mildura, unfortunately, because of our broadcast position not being in an area where we can see what's actually happening on track. Broadcast? Yep.
Okay, well, that's Brian there. 6, 8 and 3, race 1. And there was Pocahontas at $4.60, $1.80, $1.60 for Avonells, and Burrendar Plume at $3.10. Richard Jolly, the first race winner there, Mildura, $10 for the Quinella, and the trifecta was $1.61 neat on the first at Mildura. Now the first at Berrigan at $950. Race 2 at Mildura, thanks Steve. It's $5.30 for Chrysler Magic. Powell at Muse at $6.30. We have Remittance Man at 3.20, 16 Franco, Let Her Be at 8.10, Legal Appeal at $10, 11 for Aussie Girl, New Dranners at 40, Bounty Gift is at 36, Piggy Bank 15, and 11 Petite Treat is showing at $31. That's for race number 2 at Mildura. Let's return to Mildura right now. And, Hilton having a chat with one of the top trainers. Got some good chances today too. And here's Hilton back at Mildura.
Absolutely, Nick. It's been a long time since Ken Sweeney has journeyed to Mildura, but he's here with a very strong team this afternoon. He's had a terrific run at Mildura in recent meetings. There's a $20,000 trainer's bonus on offer if a trainer can train 8 winners over the space of 4 meetings beginning on May 6. Now, Ken has trained 6. He needs 2, and he's got a very good stable of runners today. Ken, are you hopeful of the $20,000 bonus?
Oh, yes. I mean, now we're this close, we sort of want to keep pressing on with it. It's a great incentive to get the better class horse out here, and it certainly made me move anyway.
You're having a terrific run. Of course, you're from Jerilderie and you've moved, you've set up a stable in Melbourne, and probably your main stable is in Adelaide. Now, on the weekend, Southlands won at Sandown, ridden by Jared Lorenzini. You had 3 winners here. You had 2 winners in Adelaide, and Ken just trained the first winner at Berrigan. What does it feel like when you train winners everywhere like this?
Oh, it's very satisfying. It's quite satisfying for the staff too, you know. You're only as good as your staff, and we've got some very good people with us. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Let's move on and talk about today's runners. You've got Chrysler Magic engaged here to be ridden by Jared. Jared doesn't claim in the country. Can the horse handle the 58 kilograms?
Yeah, he's a big, strong horse, and Jared knows him. He won't be far away.
Is it fair to say he's a non-winner? 20 starts, 2 wins, and beaten favourite quite a few times. What's been the problem?
He did have a knee injury, and we turned him out and brought him back for that. And his run the other day was quite creditable, so we just got to hope that he regains his form.
What about the third event, Melanie Muka, to be ridden by Kieran McAvoy? Kieran, an up-and-coming young rider. He's a terrific rider. And this horse ran a very good race at Sandown from a wide gate 2 starts ago. How will he handle today's Golden Goblet?
Oh, he should go well. He gets a check every time he goes around. This fella, he's won 21,000 and only won 1 race. But, you know, he's a very competitive horse.
Now, Century Flag engaged in the flying, once again to be ridden by Kieran. Basically seems to be dropping in class. Not many of these horses would finish that close to Royal Rubiton.
No, well, it was a great run at Caulfield behind Royal Rubiton, and the other day was just a hand canter at Victoria Park. Would like it a little bit wetter, but, you know, he's a competitive horse.
Now, Archer Street in the Cup, one of your runners there, number 5. The horse won brilliantly by some 10 lengths or more on a heavy track here in early May. Then went to Victoria Park and failed. What happened there?
Oh, he just was ridden by a strange rider, and it wasn't the boy's fault. He just rode him a little bit upside down. But today with Jared back on, you know, we're hoping he can go good.
What about the 2,000 metres?
I won't worry.
Strong as an ox?
Yeah, it's very strong.
Bit like yourself as we head up towards 8 winners over 4 meetings. I wish you all the best. It's a new innovation by the club, and I'm told that they'll be very happy to pay you.
I hope they are. Thanks very much.
Good on you, Ken.
Thanks.
Ken Sweeney, one of the leading trainers here this afternoon at Mildura, has a terrific hand in the program. You follow Ken Sweeney, you'll be a winner today. Let's go to Brian Blackmore for the call of race number 2.
OK, Hilton are just about ready. All in now. Set for a start. Piggy Bank, the inside runner. Set to go. Racing now, and they've gone away in a good line. One of the first out is Newgren beginning smartly. Powlet Muse, Let Her Be gone away okay. Over on the outside of those, Chrysler Magic and Remittance Man now going to third, but being ridden along from Petite Treat. Franco back behind those, then Piggy Bank dropping right out of it. Bounty Gift on the outside, then Legal Appeal, and last of all is Aussie Girl at the 700-metre mark, and the leader was Newgren on the inside of it. Powlet Muse, 3 parts of a length. Remittance Man, a length and a half then to Chrysler Magic on the inside of Franco, and back behind it then comes Petite Treat, 2 or 3 to Let Her Be, with Bounty Gift at the head of the rest. Legal Appeal well out of it at the moment was Aussie Girl, and on the inside Piggy Bank as they run to the turn. The leader Powlet Muse from Newgren, on the outside Remittance Man, and Chrysler Magic's got the run in the centre. Further back then Let Her Be getting home along the inside from Bounty Gift. Chrysler Magic at the 200-metre mark took the lead here from Petite Treat on the inside. Powlet Muse further back, Remittance Man, Newgren, but Chrysler Magic is in front with 50 metres to go. Shifting off the track, running on strongly on the inside. There was Bounty Gift, but Chrysler Magic, despite hanging badly, wins by a half length to Bounty Gift. Petite Treat third, then Powlet Muse, Piggy Bank, Let Her Be. Next in then would have been over on the outside Aussie Girl, Remittance Man, Newgren, Legal Appeal, and Franco's run last. Number 1, Chrysler Magic, ridden by Jared Lorenzini, another winner for Ken Sweeney. Number 1, Chrysler Magic first, by Chrysler out of Argyle Dazzler, raced by PA and M.A. Crawford, trained by Ken Sweeney. Jared Lorenzini, the rider, shifted ground badly in the straight, getting out to way past the centre of the track, but was always in control. Bounty Gift has got home strongly here, number 9, Jason Stops, by Celestial Bounty from Cudgee, Arthur Barnes at Mildura. And a third placing will go to Petite Treat, number 11, by Lappy from Swift Treat, John Castleman and Rick Peach. 1, 9 and 11, 1, 9 and 11 on race number 2. Chrysler Magic by Chrysler out of Argyle Dancer. Ken Sweeney, who's heading for a big bonus here. The club put up some big loot for 8 winners over 3 meetings, and I think Ken's just about got there already. He had a double here, or 3 winners was it, at the recent heavy track meeting. He copped another one, I think, on Saturday, and now he's kicked off the day here, and I think there are a couple more down the line for him as well. Here are the tote dividends. We'll just get these numbers confirmed. Yes, Ray? Yep. 1, 9, 11. 3/4 by a half. 164. Thank you. 3/4 and a half. 3/4 by a half. 16.4. The winner pays $3.60 and $1.70. Chrysler Magic, $12.80 is the dividend for number 9 Bounty Gift, and $8.30 for Petite Treat. $3.60, $1.70, $12.80 and $8.30. Now the Quinella is $128.90, $128.90. The trifecta pays $2,407.10, $2,407.10, and the running double on 6 and 1, $34.10, $34.10. 3/4 by a half, 16.4. Okay, the third here, and this is the Trentham Wines, or Trentham Estate Wines, is it? Better get it right. Anyhow, it's the third event. Take out numbers 11 and 12. Wayne Kerford rides number 9. Race time to go at 1:20.
All righty, good on you. Thank you very much, Brian. Now, Kilmore, Lacey Truscott, Randy Rocket.
Pointed out before the first race, it's closer to Adelaide than what it is to Melbourne, Mildura. So, mind you, it's a fair distance from both. But yeah, the prize money in South Australia is not as good as they can get up here at Mildura. Henceforth, here they come.
Yes, of the 103 acceptors today, some 43 came from SA. Races like the Matchmaker and the Golden Goblet, offering terrific prize money, have also attracted trainers from Victoria and top-class horses.
Oh, yeah, I think it's a thing that people are going to have an exercise on now, that they can come up, say, Friday. They've got 2 days of racing here. They go home tomorrow, make a bit of a holiday of it. The prize money is, as you say, is luring people to come up here, and I think the climate also lures people up here as well. It's a fantastic spot, as you know yourself.
Yeah. We've got to go to Kilmore, Brian. As you well know, Victoria shares that southern bearer, because we always have to cut you off or get to you a bit too late. But what about the Cup? A quick tip in the Cup?
I'm a little bit with Bold Juggler. I think that although it hasn't won over 2,000, it has been placed in strong company over 2,000. It'll do me. I really don't know the toppy with 62 on its back. I'm going to have to go and bypass it somewhere along the line.
Well, what you've got to do right now is go and get a Mallee burger. Thanks for joining us.
Exactly. I'm going to do that right now. Thanks, Hilton.
Good on you. Brian Blackmore there. And we'll take you straight away to Kilmore. In fact, back to you, Nick Rabin.
Well done. Thank you very much, Hilton. Good luck to Brian. OK, now let's take a look at Magic. That was the Ken Sweeney trained horse at $3.60, $1.70. Bounty Gift at $12.80. Petite Treat $8.30. Quinella $128.90. And the trifecta $2,407.10 on race 2 at Mildura. At 16, Brooklyn Gold. Keep on Top 7.10. 13 for King Kerry. Copper Armour at 32. Barracu at 13. Charleston Gold is showing $4 now into $3.80, and Delatite Lass $38 for the third race at Mildura. 125 are the tips there from Brian. That's now Namuka, Bel Diablo and Brooklyn Gold. All right, now this rain just continues to fall there at Grafton ahead of race.
And to come up with Charleston Gold. Away Bel Diablo and also Delatite Lass. $3 Mel Namuka showing. $8 about number 6. Keep on Top. $3.60 for number 12 Charleston Gold. Good tips about the 3 of them actually on track. And as I was saying, Mel Namuka, if it wins, that's 20 grand into Ken Sweeney's pocket. Now the rider of Keep on Top is out of the stalls. He had Wayne done. They took some time to load it, and it did go off in the gates. Dwayne's okay. I'm just wondering whether the horse is okay. In the meantime, Bel Diablo, Delatite Lass, Copper Manor, they're working on it now. And it goes in. So what's going on here with Keep on Top, I don't know. It looks as if he's getting back aboard now, Dwayne Dunn. Now, Copra Manor's gone in. Bel Diable to come up here with Delatite Lass to complete the line. Previous race won by the Toppy. Now they're set. Ready for a start. This is the third. Inside runner buyers and sellers. Copra Manor shifting about, so too Barrique. And Keep on Top's made a few of these unhappy. Set and racing now. They've gone in a good line. Barrique first out. Nel Namuka away quickly. Doe Brothers gone away smartly with Charleston Gold. And over on the outside, King Carey. Behind those, Copra Manor, Brooklyn Gold out a little bit deep. Keep on Top behind it, Delatite Lass. And buyers and sellers back to last at the 800-metre mark. And Barrique joined by Charleston Gold. A length and a half to King Carey and Doe Brother. Over on the outside of those is Bel Diable as they work towards the 700-metre mark. On the inside, then Copra Manor, Brooklyn Gold. Keep on Top. Buyers and sellers is last, and in front of it as they run to the turn was Delatite Lass. Charleston Gold takes a narrow lead on the corner. Nel Namuka is posted out 3 deep on the inside. Barrique, a length to Copra Manor, King Carey, and behind it over on the outer Brooklyn Gold. Very deep, Bel Diable. They're in the straight now, where Charleston Gold and Nel Namuka are the joint leaders here. Followed over on the inside by Barrique down the outer Copra Manor, Brooklyn Gold. Charleston Gold in front at the 200-metre mark and kicked away from Nel Namuka. Copra Manor and Brooklyn Gold getting home okay. It's Charleston Gold in front. Copra Manor on the outside, Brooklyn Gold. Charleston Gold in front as they get near home. And, oh, in the centre, Copra Manor's just got up to nose it out. Third is Brooklyn Gold, followed by Nel Namuka, Bel Diable. Then Keep on Top behind it was Delatite Lass, buyers and sellers, King Carey, Barrique, and last in Doe Brother. Judge will call on a photo. And a $50-odd horse is going to get home here in Copra Manor. $50.20. And we'll get there right on the line. I think you'll find over Charleston Gold and Brooklyn Gold out deep. Had the race won everywhere bar on the line here, Charleston Gold. But on the line it's been nailed here by Copra Manor in the centre, and Brooklyn Gold's not out of it for second either over on the outside. A judge calling for the photo on race number 3 with Copra Manor by Copra Manor King out of Celestial Flame, raced by B.P. Murphy, trained by Sue Murphy at Narracourt, Jamie Julian the rider. I think most people on track here would have hoped Sue had left it at home. $50.20 and $8.90 it's going to pay, but it's been a gutsy win after a good placing at Mount Gambier last start. Now 10 Charleston Gold by Geiger Canarath, Petunia Princess, Stuart Padman and Simon Price, and Brooklyn Gold by King of Brooklyn out of Candy Cloud, Pat Burns at Morfordville, and Jared Lorenzini. They're the 3 in it, standing by for the number. Yes, so there you go. Copra Manor's knocked over the two of the popular picks, particularly Charleston Gold, who would have run second favourite. Nel Namuka was posted out 3 wide all the way. He gave up in the last little bit, so the 20,000 still eludes Ken Sweeney, but I think later on today he might be able to put the cheque in his pocket. Now, broadcast. Yep. 8, 10 and 5. Header half length. 15.7. Thanks, Ray. The header half length. 15.7. Numbers are official. 8, 10 and 5. 8, 10 and 5. A header half length. 15.7. Okay, Hilton, more to follow.
Yeah, $50.20 and $8.90 for the winner there.
Hey, Mildura.
Well, Sunraysia Resort is not a motel. We are 70-odd apartments, all 2 bedrooms, 2 bathroom, resort style, brand new swimming pool complex. We have 3,500 owners, and we run at about 95% occupancy. We are the largest accommodation outlet in Mildura, and we're great promoters and supporters of the Mildura district.
3,500 owners. How did that come about?
It was developed as a timeshare resort, and we are one of the largest in Australia.
And I believe easily one of the largest in Mildura.
The biggest accommodation centre in Mildura, yes.
How hard is it, given the tourism in Mildura and the Sunraysia district is terrific, how hard is it to keep that 95% occupancy?
Well, as the resort is fully sold out and fully owned by 3,500 members, that means that it is fully occupied throughout the year. And we do run a very active rental operation as well.
Now, Mildura is a fantastic place to live, but also a great place to visit. Tell us a bit about the area.
Yes, well, we get a lot of holiday makers coming up from Adelaide and Victoria. The bulk of our owners and guests that come are from the Adelaide district. And, of course, they come up here for the warmth, yes, the dryness, and just the pleasant atmosphere throughout. And, of course, back in the old days when we had the casinos on the other side of the river, which are not there so much today, as we can now play the pokies on this side of the river as well.
The cab driver's mail, which is always the best when you visit a place like Mildura, is that Mildura will be gunning for that casino licence that will be offered outside of Melbourne.
Yes, I heard Lloyd Williams speaking about this the other day, and the Crown Casino is certainly not interested in doing it. I think it'd be very difficult to put another casino outside Melbourne when you've got the effect that the Crown Casino is actually having on the city of Melbourne at the moment.
It'd be terrific for Mildura.
I take advice on that one. I doubt whether it would be, actually.
Now, you are a racing man, John, turning our attention back to the gallops today, and what's your tip in the Cup?
Oh, I like the Bold Juggler. I like the breeding of Yuga, and I think she'll do well.
Bold Juggler's your tip in the Cup. Thanks for talking to us, John.
Thank you very much.
John Nissen from the Sunraysia Resort, one of today's major sponsors at Mildura.
Well done. That sounds like a lovely spot too, the Sunraysia. Thank you very much to Hilton and to Johnny Nissen. Now let's have a look at Harold Park. They're in the yard for the first event there.
Well, the gentleman who indeed has won 4 Mildura Cups, 3 of the last 5 and the last 2 in succession is Mick Searchy from Flemington. And he, of course, has Intermusician with 62 kilos in the Cup today. As they move in for this race, Mickey, the trainer of Miss Angelique, looks to have a good chance in this race.
Yeah, I think she has. She hasn't appreciated the last couple of runs have been on wet tracks, and she raced in Class 6 fillies and mares races, which is a bit stronger than this, so I expect her to go fairly well.
Street Fighter's come back pretty well after a bit of a break.
Yeah, he's an honest horse, and he's always there. You know, he's always there trying, and he races up on top of the speed, so he always gives himself a good chance.
What about Intermusician? Is it too much weight to carry? 62 kilos in the Cup?
Oh, it's a big handicap. Only a stone and 10 pound on most of the bottom weights, but if it's a true run race, I think he still should win.
All right. Well, you sound pretty confident. You better go and get on Miss Angelique. I know you want to, and you certainly know how to win a Mildura Cup, so good luck this year.
Okay, thanks very much.
Mick Searchy there, one of the visiting trainers from Flemington, as he goes off to back Miss Angelique, and so should you.
Alrighty, thanks Hilton. Yes, Dominic Charm at $6.80, Miss Angelique $6.50, My Desmine at $9.10, $6.10 Lust for Spring, Kildare Appeal $4.80, Dunwoody's at $10. They're the main ones for race number 4, and there's only a couple to move in there for the 4th at Mildura. Now, race 1, the National Trot Guide at Harold Park, went to Ken Warrior.
Chevette to move in, and also Tearful. Good crowd here, big crowd, which is good to see. Now, they appear to be all in with the exception of Miss Angelique, who's just having the girth tightened. Tearful drawn near the outside with Chevette, Dominic Charm, Winter's Tail, Valdespino in the centre of the line. Kildare Appeal. Now, still this work being done on Miss Angelique here. $4.90 Super Tab favourite Kildare Appeal. Next best number 1 at $6.30. Now, Stephen Vella still working on Miss Angelique here. Okay, tomorrow we've got a heavy track at Seymour and a slow track at Casterton. The two venues here in Victoria, and the rail at Seymour at 3 metres from the 800 to the 400, and in the true position at Casterton. Now Miss Angelique moves in. We're set for a start now. Ready. The halfway mark. Bit of movement in stalls near the inside and near the outside. There's the all clear given. They're racing now, and they've broken in a pretty good line out deep on the track. Chevette away quickly with Miss Teen Dominic Charm. Lust for Spring, the grey Dunwinnie hunting up on the inside, looking for the lead behind them. Tearful, with perhaps back there with it as they settle, would have been a Tondevou. Next, Kildare Appeal is back near the toe of My Desmine Twillino, but on the inside, last of all, is Miss Angelique. As they head to the 1,000-metre mark, it's Chevette, 2 lengths in front of Miss Teen Dominic Charm and Dunwinnie on the inside of the pair. A length further back, then Lust for Spring, 2 away. Valdispino and Tondevaux. Tearful out 3 depth, then Kildare Appeal starting to make ground, but is wide from Winter's Tail. Miss Angelique, perhaps My Desmine, and Twiller's at the tail. Heading up towards the 700 metre mark, and the leader Chevette going okay at the moment by a length of Dominique Charm, Dunwinnie and Miss Teen. Lust for Spring now coming out 3 deep behind those Tearful, a length away at Tondevaux. Still making ground is Kildare Appeal from Winter's Tail, and on the inside Miss Angelique. Further back My Desmine, Valdispino, Twill, and last of all is perhaps 400 metres out Chevette the leader. Around the turn, railed nicely out deeper Dominique Charm. Dunwinnie over on the inside, followed next then by behind those Tearful. Lust for Spring down the outside, Winter's Tail. Kildare Appeal under the whip of the 200 metre mark, and Chevette has broken right away here. Dunwinnie on the outside. Kildare Appeal is starting to work home. Chevette stopping. Kildare Appeal gobbling it up on the outside, and Kildare Appeal comes away to score well. Kildare Appeal by 2 1/4 to Chevette. Lust for Spring third, and Miss Angelique making ground behind it. Twill and Winter's Tail, and My Desmine, Dominique Charm. Over on the outside next then would have been Tearful with Dunwinnie, who pulled up quickly. Valdispino, Miss Teen, Tondevaux, and perhaps last in. A very strange galloping action, but it's got the money nicely coming from a long way back. Number 7, Kildare Appeal. Number 7, Kildare Appeal, ridden by Simon Price, winning race number 4, the Matchmakers, Fillies and Mares. Over Chevette, who broke away and looked as if it had the race well and truly in its keeping, but it was no match for the finishing run of Kildare Appeal. It's got second, number 4, Chevette, and third placing will go to number 5, Lust for Spring. The winner, Kildare Appeal, is by Southern Appeal out of O Deputy. Raced by Kerry O'Brien Thoroughbreds. He's the manager there. Stuart Padman at Murray Bridge, the trainer, and Simon Price, the winning rider. Second, number 4, Chevette, by Veet Chevelle from Wilgabold, Tony Self and Chad Lever. And number 5, Lust for Spring by Mustard Lake from September Rob, John Castleman and Rick Peach. Time for the journey, 124.7, 124.7, 2.3 outside the track record. Yes, well, this track is somewhere between dead and good, so the stewards have done the right thing, rating it to the first reading that they took, a dead reading. Here are the dividends. Number 7 pays $4.90 and $1.80, Kildare Appeal. Chevette $3, $2.30 Lust for Spring. $4.90, $1.30, $3 and $2.30. $18.10 Quinella, $18.10. A trifecta, 154 even, 154 even, and the running double on 8 and 7, 285.50, 285.50. Right, the fifth event is the Mildura Grand Resort Hotel Flying. No scratchings. Cane Post on 7. Blinkers first time. Tongue tie on to number 6, Our Communications. Race time to go at 2:30.
Thanks, Brian. 7, 4 and 5 there on race number 4 at Mildura as they come back to scale there. Updating the 4th at Kilmore, Triple Silver at 20.
We speak and someone just won. Wasn't you, Dwayne, because they are very spiffy colours in the words of Ron Paps.
Yeah, they go all right, don't they?
What sort of logo is that?
I'm not sure. I think it may have some sort of Chinese background to it, but I'm not really sure.
Well, you'll certainly stand out here on Joe. Can Joe get the money?
Yeah, he's racing very consistent of late. He has got 58.5 on his back today, but it's probably a pretty even field, but I think he may be better than him.
How strong is the Country Cup form?
It's holding up fairly well, actually, against city campaigners. So I think the horse is capable of winning in town, so he should be very competitive around here.
Barrier 1 can be a nasty barrier if you don't have the early speed. Can he hold them out early?
He can do, but I don't know whether he will have the speed to really hold him out. It's a barrier that you've sort of got to move out 2 or 3 horses from the start. So hopefully I can get away nicely and can hold a spot just in behind the leaders.
The winners seem to be swooping out wide.
Yeah, I've tracked up sort of near the fence on a couple earlier, and they're not really getting home. It's horses that seem to be 3 and 4 wide, straightening up, seem to be getting to the line a lot better. But just maybe the track is cutting up down near the fence and is a little bit patchy, so they might just have that even swing around the corner and can go home from there.
You're riding Neen Valley in the Cup for Darryl Dodson. This horse has won at the distance, and he rode it into the placings at Victoria Park 3 starts ago. Can it handle the 2000 today?
I'll definitely get the trip all right. There's no problems about that. It was a very good run at the park when it ran second in the mist. It battled away all day, but she was just too good for it. And hopefully today we'll get a nice run just back off him somewhere, and we'll be getting over the top of him near the end.
What's the main danger?
Oh, no real main dangers to us. I think that the other horses really haven't been running the same sort of races that this horse has, and I'm quite surprised that people sort of haven't looked at him a bit more, because he's very consistent. His last start at Flemington, he led into the straight there and he couldn't hold him off. So I think it's a different story coming back in class, and they'll run along fairly hard in this.
Best of luck today.
Thank you.
Good on you. Dwayne Dunn there, Adelaide's leading rider, talking to us on Sky Channel. At White.